All right, here we go. Week 15. We're back. We're getting down to the wire. Playoff teams are dropping out of contention. Teams that we didn't think had a chance are finding their way back up the ranks. We're going to check in with the AFC, see where we think the top five in the AFC is standing right now. We got a new segment for you called Crown, Ring, or New Team. It's basically bang, marry, kill, the NFL edition. So we got your recaps, we got your housekeeping notes, we got a very interesting 3 and out for you. Hit that subscribe button. It's nickel and dime. A lot of blowouts this week. Not gonna lie, I was watching the early games. Didn't really strike my fancy, but man, did those late games deliver.
But that they did, man. And a couple of those was looking like a little sketch early, and then some teams went to sleep just like the rest of us sitting on the couch,
I took a
and you
nap.
see what happens. You
I
see what
woke up to
happens. Yeah.
chaos. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, let's start from the get-go. Week 14 recap. We'll start on Thursday. Vikings beat the Steelers after losing to
Yeah.
the Lions.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but to be honest, like, are you really surprised? I mean, after losing to the Lions, you have no place to go but up. Like you gotta get up and practice, like humbling experience. It has to be, right? Has to be.
Right. God knows, man. And you could just see Mike Tomlin just getting more and more frustrated with every press conference.
Yeah.
Clay,
Well,
Claypool taking his time, getting up to the line, blaming
oh
it on his
my
linemen.
God,
Hey,
this guy. Yeah, and you saw the tweet, right? Chase Claypool is a talented idiot because I mean, I gotta ask off the top, Drew, first question of the day. Is Chase Claypool to blame for the loss?
I mean, I don't think the whole thing's on his shoulders, but you gotta think you get at least one more play.
Yeah. If you hadn't been screwing up, for lack of a better term. I mean,
Taking time to
I
celebrate a first down when you're losing the
yeah.
game.
Yep. And the crazy thing about it was I definitely did not start Claypool in my fantasy league. Sitting on my bench, he still got 17 points. So it wasn't like he wasn't productive. He just chose the wrong spots. And he for as good of a game as he could have been, it could have been that much better had he not had just some boneheaded moments.
Oh, that's the
All game.
perfect term for it. Boneheaded moments.
That's what it was. Drew, in your opinion, is there any running back in the league, any running back better in the league than a healthy Dalvin Cook?
Healthy, head on straight Dalvin Cook.
Yes. Yeah. Put it yes. Gotta add that little asterisk
Because
there
I
too.
mean, we
Yeah.
haven't heard anything else.
Since a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah.
So I hope we continue to not hear
Yeah. And
anything else because he's been crushing for me.
those
He's on my fantasy team, and
yeah.
I mean I'm not making the playoffs, but I'm enjoying beating some teams on the way.
Oh yeah. I mean, playing a spoiler role is just it sustains you.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
you can't have fun, it provides a little bit of fun there. But Dalvin Cook drew 7.6 yards a carry, 205 yards, and a touchdown, two of them. Two tutties for the boy. So
205, two touch. God knows, man.
yeah,
Because it's so funny to me that I love these performances because we get them from Cook and we get them from a healthy Derrick Henry.
yeah,
Um, because it's definitely becoming a passing. I mean, not becoming. It's been a passing game for the longest
right.
time. So I feel like when a running back goes off like this, you take special notice of it
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
it's it's
It's so
fewer and
few and
far
far
between
between
than it
now.
used to be. And when we
Yes,
first started
sir.
watching football, God,
Yeah.
God,
Right.
it's the oldest man statement I've ever. Back when we used to watch football,
Yeah, but it happens to be true. But this is another quick notes before we move on to this game, but like that, Drew, is this not their, that has to be the formula because Kirk put up another pedestrian game. He's very inconsistent. He completed less than 50% of his passes for only 216 yards.
Threw
Like,
2 picks.
yeah, threw 2 picks to go on top of that. So with, and you've seen some great games from Kirk, obviously, because like we've had to eat our words a couple of times. So with his inconsistency, isn't it? I believe it's just better for them to run the damn ball with Dalvin Cook. You see what he gives you when his head's on straight, when he's healthy. Than to put the game in Kirk's hands because he may not be able to produce. He might, but he may not be able to do it consistently. You know what I mean?
It's
When you
kind of
need him.
making, and I'd say this just because I saw Kyle Rudolph get an amazing catch
Yeah.
the other day. Why are they getting rid of pass catchers instead of helping Cousins out? You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
not like they had this crazy tight end waiting in the wings. You know what I mean? But to let Kyle
Right.
Rudolph move on, one of Kirk Cousins' favorite targets, and then
Yeah.
you see Thielen getting hurt, and it's just a Jefferson show in the passing game, and
Yeah.
teams know that.
But you got to give some credit to the Steelers though, because they was down 21 or 29, 29 nothing, bro. 29 nothing, claw all the way back. And Big Ben was sacked 5 times. So this is 2 weeks in a row here.
Yeah.
That Big Ben is looking like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's giving you what he wasn't giving you in the first part of the
308
season.
and
And
3
it's other people letting him down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, stay tuned for that, man. Before we a little bit later, before we get into this next
Ooh.
game here.
I like it. Well, let's talk into Dallas. Now got a 3-game lead in the East after they take care of the football team.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you.
Okay. All right.
Was that a forward pass or a fumble?
Bro, that was a forward pass. I'm sorry. Yeah, like it looked clear as day. His knee was down. The ball was out. You know what I'm saying? Like the ball had left his fingers and it was in the throwing motion while his knee was down. That's a forward pass to me. You know what I'm saying?
So as well, sir.
I don't see how you could look at that play and glean anything otherwise than what you saw with your own eyes. Like this is why people have conspiracy theories about the NFL. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Well, I mean, the refs had to help him out somewhat because Dak Prescott sure didn't help him out. 211 yards, a touchdown, 2 picks.
No.
And it's not like Ezekiel Elliott's able to run all over dudes. Like he's at least got an excuse. He's hurt, you know?
Yep.
So
yep. And that's why, I mean, that's one of my notes here, Drew. You hit the nail on the head, bro. Dallas offense still not right. It's still not right. Zeke had another pedestrian game.
Yep.
But on the flip side, though, Dallas defense, that has to be the blueprint for how you are going to get Washington to not make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
How many teams are regretting skipping over Micah Parsons right now? Because I mean, he went high, but there still was, I was like about to say, because he still went like 10th, maybe 8th.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there. I can't remember right now, but it might have been 11th, something like that, number 11. I don't know. I can't remember. However, Micah Parsons locked that up. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Might be Defensive Player of the Year from what people are talking about.
He's vying for it. I don't think after
I don't think they'll give it to a rookie, to be honest with you. But.
True, but especially when Myles Garrett did a strip sack, fumble, touchdown in one play. You know what I'm saying? Like that might have been him. Yeah. We'll get to that later. But listen, Parsons putting the pressure on boys, bro. And Trevin Diggs almost had his 10th. Dallas shut Washington down. I mean, he held them to 20 points. The rushing game wasn't really what it was the past couple of weeks. And Washington's beaten good teams before they lost to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So Dallas
hung with good teams as well.
Right. So Dallas might have put the blueprint out there. They put the clamps on them boys.
Clamps. Parsons went 12th.
There you go. So we was
But I mean, all the guys that went before him are justifiable. You know what I mean? Like, there's no team where I'm like, you know, they're happy. Because I mean, I think the Panthers at the end of the day are going to be happy with J.C. Horn. You know, right? Patrick Surtain's crushing it in Denver.
Right.
Devonta Smith has shown some flashes in Philly.
Right.
Chicago, Justin Fields, we'll talk about him in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Starting to show some things. So I really don't think there's a lot of teams that are like, man, But still, I'm sure they're like, I wish we had another pick so we could have gotten
Right.
Micah Parsons too.
Damn right. And Philly might have that opportunity. Stay tuned for that draft talk a little bit later on in the year. But I mean, getting back to this game, Drew, the quarterbacks kind of let these boys down late. I mean, or they let them down. The offensive line, excuse me. Dallas had 5 sacks on Taylor Heineke. Washington football team had 4 sacks on Dak Prescott. So a lot of sacks to be had in this game.
It eventually knocked Heineke out of the game. You know what I mean? So they had to go down the field with Kyle Allen.
Yep. And the football team still had this game in their grasp.
They did.
Drew.
I know.
They just missed
I was
a couple
of
plays. Yeah, missed a couple of plays. Yeah.
Well, another team that missed a couple of plays, not even in the top 7 anymore. The Cincinnati Bengals lose to San Fran in overtime. Yeah. Now both teams sitting at 7-6.
Yeah. And still looking like 2 playoff teams though, Drew. Like this is why
49ers showed something, man. 49ers play like that was good to see San Fran playing like that.
Yeah, well, they've been doing that these last couple of weeks. I mean, like they're finally hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah,
and
Kittle's firing, showing he's the superstar that everyone knew he was. Yeah. Jimmy G's not turning the ball over.
Like, I want to say, but that linebacker who I think it's like Al Bashir or something came in. He's been balling, and he's not a starter. He wasn't a starter. So what a wild game, bro. But this is my note that I had before on the last game. Both offensive lines kind of let these boys down late in the game because this was another game where there was a lot of sacks to be had. And you know, like Burrow did his thing.
348, 2 touchdowns.
Yes, Jimmy G. They won the game.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah, they won the game. So
Kittle putting up some big numbers again, 151 yards and a touch.
Yes.
Good to see him back healthy.
Well, it is. And for every, like, you can't win this game without George Kittle, but I honestly think the clutchest player in this game was the one who won it for him, and that's Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, I thought Brandon Ayuk was like every time they needed a play, it was him.
Yeah, I don't know how he stayed in bounds that last catch.
Because that dude's special.
Yeah, it's like he's separate. He took his feet off and left them in bounds, and then walked over and caught the rest of it.
Yeah. I thought what was interesting about this game, Drew, is that both defenses, while they are, pretty good, they shut down the run game, and both teams also love to run the ball. So this game was on the quarterbacks, and it made for great TV coming down to the wire there. But the 49ers pull it out, and they needed it too. I think they needed it more than the Bengals did.
Yeah. But I mean, what is the 49ers on, like their 8th running back at this point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What?
It's the system, bro. It's the system. Yeah, it's the system.
It works.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna let you speak on it. Allen does all he can, puts the team on his back yet again. Yeah, comes up short against the GOAT. Allen had 308 yards, 109 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown, 2 throwing TDs, and a pick. Brady, of course, 363 yards, 2 touchdowns, and my man had 16 rushing yards and a touchdown.
But that man should have been in the Heisman vote when he was coming out of Michigan. Man, he ain't rushing that ball like that.
Dual threat.
Hey, dual threat QB Tom Brady. Hey, but did you see that?
57 years old.
Right. The coach was like, that's enough of that shit. Like literally verbatim quote from Bruce Arians. But bro, it is evident. The Bucks got up early, and it is evident that the defense coasted. They forgot who they were playing because it was so easy at first. And Josh Allen showed why he is Josh Allen, why he is not the guy who was the inaccurate quarterback who could just rush the ball. He had to be everything for them because Stephon Diggs wasn't getting off for
Knox was dropping
huge
the ball.
Part of the game. Yeah, so like it had to be him. They rushed the ball pretty okay. I thought better than most teams had, but then we shut that down and we were up big, and the defense coasted, and it almost cost them. It almost cost them. But where I'm getting on the defense, you do have to give them credit, because they made the play in overtime to get a 3 and out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So that in the end, that's what won them the game. They had
And
to make
then
a stop, and they did.
the newcomer, the Perryman,
Bashar
game
Perryman. He
game winner.
see he a new old comer.
I know he's a returner, but still he's
Right.
new to this Bucks team.
Yo, you want to know what's funny though? Is Bucks Twitter, some of Bucks Twitter, the lifers, some of them was mad as hell because they was like, why is Bashar Perryman starting over Scotty Miller? Get Scotty in there right now.
Look what happened.
And they was silent after the game was over. They was like, oh, okay, Bruce know what he doing. Bruce know what he doing.
Because he won it.
Right.
Well, I'm starting to think my coach doesn't know what he's doing. Panthers lose to Atlanta. We're now 5-8, 2-5 at home. Newton, 178 yards. His 7.7 yard average per throw.
And apparently Rule is moving forward with this whole 2 quarterback system. Like,
just because it beat Arizona, it beat a Kyler Murray less Arizona squad.
Okay, so and I'm asking a Panthers fan, but what's going on? Like, I don't understand. Like, okay, I can understand if you have certain packages for PJ, but I'm trying to figure out why those packages are in the red zone over Cam Newton in the red zone.
That's
like,
the only time we should use him. Have PJ march down the field, put Cam in the red zone.
But apparently the red zone was PJ packages. I don't know what's
going on
there.
Matt Rule is showing why he's not going to be the coach next year.
Okay. All right. You know, it was trending toward that way, but I didn't want to say.
I got a feeling I don't see him turning it around per se. You know what I mean? So I got a feeling we're going to keep losing. And
pick high with
a new coach.
Right. Which is what a new coach wants, you know?
Yeah. So I don't know. There's not any quarterbacks that jump out at me if we do get a top, 8 pick, but
right.
I don't dislike some of the things the GM has done.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with the GM. For now. There's always I don't want to be that fan, but there's always room for improvement.
Well, and the crazy thing about this is, and you can, this is more questions for you about the Panthers, but obviously they lose the game yesterday, but it's still clearly like visible that the Panthers defense is the reason why this team honestly is not more of a dumpster fire than it is.
Exactly. We could be a lot worse than 5-8.
That defense is the saving grace here. And without CMC, like from what I saw yesterday, it doesn't look like there's a lot of identity for y'all's team right now in the play calling. But so like, is it more of that, or is it offensive line issues that are kind of dictating more than what we would actually see on paper?
I think it's that unholy trifecta, my man. I think it's a bad line protecting a bad quarterback trying to do bad plays.
Bad.
Yeah. Because, I mean, unfortunately, none of those parts of our game have shown me any different.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like,
you got that defense, though. You got that defense. At least that's a foundation or whatever.
So, I mean, at least we went through that entire draft just getting defensive players.
And it shows.
But now we don't have any offensive line. We don't have a quarterback. We've got great skill players. Chuba went untouched on that touchdown.
Yeah.
Why did we not keep going back to him?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all had these explosive plays because Anderson and DJ Moore had about 80, 90 yards, right? Like, and you had Chuba had the long touch or almost close to
like
a 20-yard touchdown. Right. Yeah. And that was it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really understand that. Clearly y'all had some things that were working. So do that more, I don't know.
And that's why we are in the market for offensive coordinator, possibly an entire coaching staff.
Yeah. Tepper got the money though.
Yeah, he wants to win now too. So I'm not worried. I'm just like the last few years looking forward to the offseason. You
Mm,
know, that's where we shine. No, it's not. It's not. We're paying like 17 quarterbacks right now.
That's true.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Rodgers buys more shares of Chicago. 341 yards, 4 touchdowns on a toe that's getting worse.
I listen. This man has proven he has been deceitful, so I don't believe anything
I'm gonna need to
about
see
this
your
toe.
medical history from here
Yeah,
on
I
out,
don't
sir.
believe anything about this pinky toe. I ain't trying to hear it, bruh. I ain't trying to hear it.
I hope it fell off. I hope that's what worsening means. I hope he
Maybe
took
that's
his
where he's
shoe
getting
off
his
at the
magic
end and
from.
it just fell
Yeah.
off. He's like,
That's where he's getting the magic from. Now that the toe's off, look out. I mean, he gonna definitely play till he's 44. But listen, special teams can change the game. How quickly we forget that until you figure out if
97
unless your team has a weapon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he kept them boys in it, man. What did you think about the game, Drew?
I mean, it's like they just kept like the Packers kept being like, come on. It's like I hate to keep making wrestling references, but it's when like the monster could pin the team or pin the guy at any moment, but he keeps picking him up and like doing more damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me. You know what I mean? Like they kept dragging him on. But don't get me wrong, Fields tried his hardest.
Yeah.
He played 224 passing yards, 74 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But he was slinging it. You know what I mean? He was trying.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is this? I feel like special teams aside, this is finally what you wanted or Nagy wants the team to look like, because the defense. I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers, right? But as far as offensively, offensively, I think this is what they wanted. Like Justin Fields had a pretty good game. I mean, he threw the 2 picks. So if he can, like any young quarterback, if he can not turn the damn ball over, I think they're in this game. Like that might have won them the game, adding in the special teams had he not had those 2 picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. 45-30. You know what I mean? Like that. Both squads put up points.
They did. But listen, I mean, you know what's coming.
Yeah.
You know it's coming, but you can't stop it. Devontae Adams, bro. Like every time, it just like he was just catching the ball, juking the dude, catching the ball wide open. You know the ball is going there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they don't have anybody that can do anything about it. I mean, what? 121, 2 touchdowns.
That's how good he is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps up our recap. We got a great Rams Cardinals divisional game tonight, which great segue into housekeeping.
Hey.
That Ram COVID list is rising. They got Ramsey and Higbee has just joined the list.
Ramsey and Higbee?
Yeah.
Ramsey. So, oh man. Yeah. So we don't even get D-Hop Ramsey?
Nah.
Oh, COVID, you bastard.
Getting us again.
God dang.
Still
gonna be a good game though. Still gonna be a good game.
Yeah. Dude, huge shout out to the Denver Broncos honoring Demaryius Thomas. I thought they did a spectacular job. Starting the game with 10 players. Just all the tributes to him. Anytime they made a big play, running over to that 88 and, really saluting them. It got me.
Yeah. Bro, he was. I mean, this should really be a wake up call to all of us on a serious note. But like, dude was 33.
33.
That's younger than we both are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this has got to be a wake up call for everybody. Tell your people you love them, man.
Yeah. Take care of your health as best you can.
Yeah.
I don't even want to disrespect DT by having this guy follow him in the housekeeping notes, but we got to talk about it. Urban Meyer.
Oh, man.
Making every excuse he can. Like, does he not look like a man on his last days?
Yeah, people probably looking at him like that, walking around the facility like a dead man walking. You know what I mean? Like
we all had that coworker that we knew were getting fired.
Yeah, you just hope it ain't your ass.
Like, hey, don't take me out with you.
Yeah, yep. Stay away from me. Don't sit over there.
He says if he finds any leaks coming from his camp, they are fired on spot.
Right. Yep, I did hear that coming from him, and that was probably one of the most serious parts of. You could hear the tone that he wasn't
Oh,
playing with that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if you want to leak it after he's fired, great. He won't
Go
be in the
for it.
building anyway.
Write a
But
book.
like right now, just zip it up,
Just chill.
zip it
Just
up.
chill.
It's
Sit back.
Christmas time. You need those presents for
Need
the
that
fam.
bonus.
Yeah.
Well, like we said, Rogers' toe injury seems to be worsening, according to him. Shawn says he'll believe it when he sees it. But also in that game, the Bears, Smith left early with a hamstring issue. So we can keep an eye on that. No timetable or injury news on him. Your boy Brady threw his 700 touchdown pass. Did you see they had a ball boy waiting for it? They're like, we're not messing this up.
Scooped him up. I mean, shit, he was running as fast as Bashar Perryman to get that ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They was not gonna have a part two. He was right in there.
Like, hey, don't you throw that.
Somebody said that they were surprised he didn't tackle Perryman going into the end zone.
Yeah. I have one job and one job only.
Tackle you and get this ball, man. Let's go. maybe Brady will give him a Bitcoin.
Right. Which now's the time to buy Bitcoin. It's low. I'm just saying. They were twinsies. Bills, Josh Allen, and Ravens, Lamar Jackson both left the locker room in walking boots. Bills, Allen has an unknown lower leg injury, while Jackson sprained his ankle pretty bad.
You said Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Dang, I don't even think I knew that, but I didn't.
He showed up at the press conference in a walking boot.
Didn't really see anything of significant. The boys were getting after Josh Allen too. You know what I'm saying?
And he's the type of dude that you got to cut his leg off for him to show on the field. You know what I mean?
So it's probably precautionary because he's playing and he played that whole damn game. And he just, again, if he's doing this in a walking boot to bring that team back the way they did, shout to Josh Allen, man. Like that dude get him some help. Okay.
Right.
More than Diggs.
And what's crazy is on paper, he has help. It just doesn't translate. Like most teams would kill to have the running back group that they have.
Yeah. But they've just underproduced, man. Like they gonna have to go back to the well on that. Dawson Knox is a good tight end. So, quick question. Okay. Well, quick aside here, but like what do you think they need? Because they have a wide receiver, they have a tight end, and they have a quarterback. What do they need in your opinion?
Is it the play calling?
Yeah.
Is it the line?
I don't know.
Like this, it's truly a mystery to me. Like I don't like Singletary and Moss and Breida should be carving teams up. We should be talking about the 3-headed monster in Buffalo.
And the offensive line they're adequate. You know what I'm saying? Like they're pretty.
I mean, they obviously help Josh Allen run every game.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if it's the offensive line. I don't know if it's the play calling. So position wise, another wide receiver, another tight end, obviously, or running back. What do you think? What do you think they should get next draft?
I'd say another wide receiver to go along with Diggs.
Yeah, I would say that.
Put Sanders in the slot, Knox on the the opposite side,
right?
And then just have two like Diggs that can burn you down the field, and then I'd want like a bigger body. They got Beasley, they got Sanders, they got Diggs. Like get a possession receiver.
But he's also got to have speed too. So that's what they need. I mean, I think that's what they need. Whether they'll get it. If they don't get that, go for the tight end.
Get another running back.
I hope not. Make those work.
Because it's looking like Zach Moss is heading out of town, right? The way they're using him.
Talk about a dead man walking.
Well, Washington's in trouble as well. Taylor Heineke left the game with a knee injury, and Terry McLaurin is in concussion protocol.
They can't get right with these injuries, man. Like that might derail the rest of their season if any of those two players misses extended time.
Yeah, because that 6th and 7th seed in the NFC it's right there
up for grabs, and they in there, number 7.
Yeah, it's right there. Browns running back Hunt left Sunday with an ankle injury, and Bengals defensive stud Hendrickson was having back spasms. He left, but is probable to play next week.
Okay. All right.
Those are two big players that those teams need.
Yeah, they really are, man. But I mean, like Hunt, not so bad because you got the Ernest Johnson. You've seen what he can do for the Browns. And to be honest with you, now he has more time to make Facebook videos with his dad if that's what he wants to do about getting out of town. So if you taking that extended time off,
What is
you've
up with
got some
Browns and their
time to
dads and
craft.
social media? I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't know. Old people, baby boomers using
They
internet,
found
man.
the, they found the internet.
Never know. Yeah, just never know what's going to come out of that.
All right. Well, let's get into some 3 and out. Would you like to take it away on first down, sir?
Yes, yes, I would. Yes, I would, Drew. Yes, I would. So all right, so we said we was getting back to this earlier. So first down, I got this. For as up and down as Pittsburgh has been this season, they've shown signs of life these past 2 weeks. My question is this: will Pittsburgh keep one of the other AFC North teams out of the playoffs? That's the question.
I want to say no, but the way the proof's in the pudding. You know what I mean? Like anytime the Bengals or the Ravens can ice a game and make some headway in that division, they lose. So smart money says yes.
Yeah, and well, and I have to ask that question because it lined up. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, the last 2 weeks of the season, will face the two teams that are on the bubble, the Browns and the Ravens. So they
Watch
will
them
get the
win
chance
both
to
that,
ruin
and then they make the playoffs.
in true Pittsburgh fashion. In true Pittsburgh fashion. Wow. Because I
Who's
think they
going to
got a
win that
cupcake.
division? Who's going to win that division?
Who is going? Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up because I gotta see. I gotta see. I don't know who's in the lead right now, but
It's got to
let me
still be
pull
the
it up and
Ravens, right?
see. I think it is the
Since them
Ravens.
and the Bengals lost and the
Yes.
Steelers.
Dang. If
Because
oh my God, if
what
Pittsburgh
are the
wins
Browns?
out,
Are the Browns going to win this?
if Pittsburgh wins out, they'll have a shot at the title. Who's going to win? Just to answer your question, I say, oh God, dang, Cincinnati. Cincinnati. I'm going with the Natty. I'm going with the
All
Bengala.
separated by a game and a half.
Yes, I'm going with Cincinnati right now.
Okay,
Lock
going
me in. Lock
Cincinnati.
me in
All
with
right,
that. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Baltimore finds a way, some way, somehow.
The Tyler Huntley show. Nah, it's you said Lamar's playing though, didn't you?
Yeah, well, Harbaugh said so. So we'll see.
Yep.
Maybe he's just delusional at this point. He's like, Lamar's gonna play. Lamar is gonna
Yep.
play. It's gonna be fine.
Yep.
He's gonna play. Don't worry about it.
willing, speaking it into existence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, second down. We have teams that can beat you passing. We've had teams that can beat you running. With a lot less teams being able to rely on that run. Shawn, if your team was either or, I mean, clearly I'm asking you because unfortunately your team has shown they can do both. Would you rather
Mm-hmm.
have a Buffalo where it's a passing team and the quarterback does all the rushing, or would you rather have like a Cleveland where you got a two-headed running back?
Oh, give me. I hate to be the old guy in the room here, but give me the two-headed monster at running back, man. Give me the two-headed monster at running back. I don't want my don't get me wrong. I would take a dual threat quarterback, but I'd rather have a passing running quarterback, you know what I'm saying, than a running passing quarterback, if that makes any sense. Because
no, for sure.
with that added rushing ability comes the more risk for injury. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen that. Who knows what RG3 could have been had he not had all those injuries.
I like it.
Yeah. All right, third down. Third down. All right. I got two. I wrote two. So listen, I'll loft it up to you. Do you want second down to be a Bucks or third down? Do you want it to be a Bucks third down or a Dallas third down?
I hate them both.
Yeah, I understand.
Give me that Bucks third down.
Oh man, listen, the Bucks keep winning, but they have faced danger more often than people have think. If you have not watched their games, due to inconsistency, mental lapses, if you will. So my question is this, and I want you to take history out of the question. If you had to bet, Drew, which side of the ball is more likely to fail the Bucks in the playoffs, the offense or the defense?
Ooh, that's good. Well, strictly because of who you have captaining your offense. I'm going to go defense lets you down if they do. And I'm going to go injuries.
Okay. That'll
think
be
the
the injuries will finally catch
secondary,
up.
yeah. Not a lot of people like you had Richard Sherman catching a pick last night. Like, you know what I mean? Like
It was a pick though.
it was though. But with and I'm loving, and I hate to say it, but I'm loving Byron Leftwich. Another guy to keep an eye on, see if he gets a head coaching job.
Listen, you better keep your hands off that man. He's
Y'all,
our man.
Tampa
He's
got two coordinators that might not be there next year. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Bowles loves being a defensive coordinator. Listen to me speaking for that. Just leave him alone, man. Let him stay with us. We need that love. We need that love.
I also think Arians is going to step down with Brady whenever they both decide to go out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Byron might be your new head coach. Who knows?
I'll take it.
But I think it'll be the defensive side of the ball.
Okay. I was trying. That's what I'm saying. Like, take a history out of it. I think you're probably
you can't bet against Brady. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just be like, no, Brady go let you down, because he's not.
And I feel that way. I definitely feel that way. But maybe like if he does, put it this way, if he does, the magnitude is higher. Because like I think people expect it to be the defense, but at times, man, the offense, and that's what got the Bills back into the game, has not been what you think a Brady-led offense with all those weapons would have been. You know what I'm saying? And they'll get quiet for stretches.
You said it best in pre-production. Buck's Twitter was angry about which receiver was in the game. You know what I mean? Like, y'all got a plethora on offense. You know what I mean? Like, if I had anything at all, at all would stop you on offense, it would be the dreaded Kansas City, to where you start dropping offensive linemen. Yeah. That's really the only thing I can see derailing, because y'all definitely got the quality and quantity at the skill players. You know what I mean? Like, we still haven't seen what Gio can do in this system. You know what I mean? Like, I know he's been hurt, but like, if he's healthy for the playoffs and Rojo or Fournette aren't getting it done, you know, so
that's true. I'm with you. All right, man. Fourth down. What you got?
All right, that's perfect setup. You answered I answered a Bucks question, so now you got to answer a Panthers question. Fourth down, I'm going for it. Trusting you here.
All right.
Give me some hope. All right. Tell me a wild card that we haven't thought about being the next Panthers quarterback.
A wild card. Okay, like a prospect?
No, like anybody. It can be a prospect. It can be Baker Mayfield gets cut by the Browns. It can be whatever.
Oh, okay.
Tell me some craziness that could happen and be the Panthers at quarterback.
Okay, I can see. Okay, just like off the top of my head, I can see Kenny Pickett. I can see Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh being a Panthers quarterback. You know, I could definitely see that in the league.
I don't think we're gonna draft high enough to get Matt Corral.
Yeah, maybe
He's
not.
Going top
now,
3.
I will say that if you went to the league and you wanted to maybe make a trade, I could see Case Keenum being a guy who could come in to the Carolina Panthers as well. At least like until you get a young prospect that you like.
Yeah.
You know
Panthers
what I mean?
fans are gonna hate me for this, but I could see old Mitchell Trubisky coming home.
Do you want to? I mean, I like.
I'm just messing with Panthers fans. I don't think I want that.
But I don't know you want to do that, because like that might be Sam Darnold 2.0, and you don't want to do that.
We need a more surefire thing here. Like, I know there's no sure things unless we go and get somehow convince Russell Wilson to come to Carolina and waive that no trade clause. But he's there, you know.
Yeah, I don't think he will come now. I mean, for as much as we love Tyler Huntley on this show, I might try to make a trade for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's the kind of offense that you want to run, Tyler Huntley has put
he can throw the ball
out
too,
there.
Though. He can throw the ball too. Like, he's not just a running quarterback.
No, he's not. And like, he's not. And I was thinking about this on the drive home.
PJ Walker might distract us a little bit from that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying PJ Walker and Sam Darnold have ruined it for some other people that we should give a chance to. You know what I mean?
That might be typecast as Sam Darnold and PJ Walker.
Yeah. So no Mitchell Trubisky or Tyler Huntley. You know what I mean? So.
No, they look a little bit. No. Let's go slow down. I'm with you.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool, man. Well, let's do an AFC check-in real quick.
Yes, sir.
Broncos are hanging around. You know what I mean? Had a great day. Bridgewater only had to throw for 178 yards and 2 touchdowns. The running game took care of the rest.
Melvin Gordon, bro. Melvin Gordon. I'm pissed that I dropped him from my fantasy team.
Right. Well, Williams did work too.
Yeah. Talk about two-headed monster.
Right.
You know?
And then you got Kansas City blowing out the Raiders. You know, the Raiders made the mistake of dancing on that logo early on, and they paid for it.
Raiders need to chill out, man. They doing too much this year. They are doing too much. I like as if the victory lap around the stadium and then the beat down that came after that wasn't enough for you. You had to double down and dance on the logo before a game. You probably knew you was going to lose to try to hype yourself up. That's what you did.
Patrick Mahomes was efficient, 20 for 24, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns. If this offense starts matching that defense, watch out.
Yeah. And apparently they got Josh Gordon involved yesterday too, like a little bit. So touchdown.
The memes have been spectacular on that too, by the way.
Really?
It's great.
Yeah.
Titans destroyed Jacksonville's spirit. So we got Tennessee still winning games. They picked off Trevor Lawrence 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, at this point with the dysfunction that's going on in Jacksonville, I saw that they won and then they blanked them. I was like, okay, they're done. They're like Jaguars they've quit. So
they're officially eliminated from title contention.
Yeah, go ahead and book them tickets now while those planes prices are still low for when the season's over. Jacksonville, go ahead and book them tickets.
Yeah, Urban Meyer needs to go and book a ticket to whatever college is hiring next.
Yeah, he won't be there.
Well, this definitely affected our locks. Your team won, my team didn't. Browns beat Baltimore. You had faith in them. I didn't. Jackson knocked out early. Huntley did his best. Mayfield only had to throw for 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did throw a pick, but they get the job done. Raven, they tried to come back. They tried, but Cleveland slammed the door.
And this was the crazy thing about it is I feel like the Browns had so many opportunities to put that game away, bro. Like so many opportunities, and they didn't do it. And Baltimore came all the way back. And now I feel like the way that kind of shook out, it just leads to more questions about Baker Mayfield. Like, why couldn't he get the team over the top? You know what I mean? So, like, even in a win, he didn't help his case, I feel like.
I gotcha. Well, Herbert definitely helped his squad out. 3 touchdowns. Right. Chargers get back to winning ways. So let me ask you this.
All right.
Towards the end of the year, playoff spots are sparse. I said try to say sparse. I don't even know sparse and spare at the same time. Sparse. So give me your top 5 AFC power rankings right now.
I started writing this down and was like, I'm enjoying this way more than I probably should. But nah, just like based on where we at now, you want to go back and forth, or you just want me to give you your 5 and you go 5?
Let's go 5 to 1 and we'll go back and forth.
All right. So my number 5 is the Los Angeles Chargers, man. Ooh. Like you look up.
Someone's become a believer.
Them boys 8-5. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, they 8-5. Like, come on now, sitting in the 5th seed. I mean, they doing the thing, man. They are doing the thing right now. And honestly, even though I had them number 5, they would probably be one of the top 2 teams that I wouldn't want to play, regardless of them being the 5th seed. You know what I'm saying?
Because of Justin Herbert.
Yep. Who you got?
Number 5, because I think they're better than their record and they'll find a way to make it in. I got Buffalo Bills.
I like
Still think they're top 5. Josh Allen put that team on his back. They still don't have a running game, but the defense does enough and Allen does way more than he has to.
Yep. Yep. And like honestly, for all those same reasons that Drew just said, is the reason why they are my number 4 team in the power rankings.
Look at that.
Buffalo, and the reason why I have them above the Chargers is because of what the defense was able to do. Even though they gave up a lot of stuff early, I mean, they did the same exact thing on the other side and blanked the Bucks 24-3 in the second half. You know what I mean? Like they are still able to get it done. They woke up. And that defense is the reason why I think Buffalo is still a force to be reckoned with in the AFC. Definitely.
Well, 2 words: Austin Eckler. That's why I have the Chargers at number 4 ahead of the Bills, because they actually have a running back that is producing.
True. He's not. That's the thing is like I think that's why is like for as much as Austin Eckler can do, they haven't really been getting as much production as they're not,
and that's why they're not fumbled a
right.
couple games. You know what I mean? But he
Right.
set it off and scored that first touchdown yesterday.
Yeah.
So if he can get going, this offense is scary.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like there's juice there to be had, but they're not squeezing it as much. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying Buffalo is wishing they got their production out of anybody that the Chargers are getting out of Eckler. Even when he's not playing at his best.
Damn right, bro. Oh man. So that leads us to number 3. And one of my favorite quotes, literally every time I think of this team, I say this, not from the Natty, but through on the Bengals, baby. Cincinnati Bengals, my number 3 team.
Okay.
Yes, Cincinnati Bengals.
Wow.
Even in a loss yesterday, they proved a lot to me. Like that defense is legit. They get after the quarterback. They're still good enough to beat you in a multitude of ways offensively. And they're finally getting T. Higgins involved. He was the guy before Jamar Chase was. You know what I'm saying? Like he was that guy. Tyler Boyd wasn't that dude. And they're finally getting T. Higgins back involved in the offense. You still got Joe Mixon, even though he had a quiet day yesterday. You know what he's able to do. And Baby Burrow is doing the thing, man. So like because of all of that, I think in these last 3 weeks, Cincinnati, they proved something to themselves with this game yesterday, even in the loss. And I think that bodes well. So that's why I got them number 3. I don't want to face them either, but they're not as dangerous as another team that I have in the top 2.
Okay. Well, number 3, I got Tennessee Titans.
Whoa. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah. Tannehill's kept the ship afloat while Henry's been out. And he's on schedule to return for the playoffs, man. I think this is going to be a tough team to eliminate.
Yeah, factoring that in, I could definitely see them being more of
Julio's
a threat.
back. Yeah, he didn't have a great game, but if he can somehow get integrated in the offense, they get AJ Brown back.
Injuries
fun to watch. Fun to watch.
It could be.
And they're still winning. I know they're playing Texans and Jaguars and whatever, but they're still winning.
I think that's what it is for me. Maybe it's a recency bias because they haven't been beating teams that they're going to be in the playoffs, but they also don't. You're right, they don't have those players, and I think that's kind of weighed on me a little bit. And I don't have them in my top 5 at all.
So, I didn't think you would. That's why I put them in there.
Yeah,
but I mean the record doesn't lie. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you got to pick. They're winning their division. They're going to be a tough out.
Yeah, I think that for anybody. So, my number 2 team, New England Patriots.
Same.
You got to put them in there.
I got a feeling we got the 1 and 2 here.
Yeah, you got to put them in there. That defense is playing lights out. Mac Jones is doing everything. He's not doing anything that you don't want him to do, and everything that he needs to do.
As opposed to all of the other rookie quarterbacks, my man's playing MVP football.
and that's why he wanted to go to New England, because like he fits perfectly in that system.
He's really the only rookie quarterback not in a bad situation right
now. Yeah, I mean, there's no other way to put it. And Belichick's getting everything that you would expect out of a Belichick defense. That they're playing lights out. They're not slowing down, and they don't have injuries. They don't have it. I don't know of any significant injuries right now.
Whatever team the injury bug decides to ignore, that's the team that needs to be high in your power ranks.
Always. Yep. Yeah, and I found that out last year. Yeah. So, Well, so we had the same. So I
Yeah.
guess that leaves the number one, Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
Kansas City Chiefs.
That defense is playing so far above what I thought they would be playing.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is starting to sling the ball like only Patrick Mahomes knows how to do. Tyreek Hill's still that deep threat. If they get Gordon involved at all, wow.
Yeah. And they're multiple. They're multiple. And Drew, you mentioned it, but their defense is coming on here, and they're getting healthy. They got people in the right positions now. I don't know what changed. I don't know what had to change. Like, the personnel has been the same, but they just weren't. I don't know. It had to be something because you haven't had the personnel changes. Something had to be going on. There was no. They were all discombobulated during the first part of the season. Now
They figured
it's
out.
like night and day. It's like night and day.
Figured it out, man. Well, there's our AFC power rankings going into the last few weeks of the season. We got a new segment for you coming up. It's called Crown, Ring, or New Team. We're going to give each other 3 players, and we're going to deem one most likely to get the MVP, one most likely to get a Super Bowl, and one most likely to be trade bait. So, Shawn, I'm going to give you 3 names real quick. So you tell me Crown, Ring, or New Team. And I got last year's quarterback class for you. Pick between Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, or Tua.
Ooh. Well, I gotta go. Ooh. So Crown is the best here.
Well, I mean, Crown means you're probably the best player on a bad team.
Oh, best player on a bad team. Ooh.
But then also which team you think is going to get them to a Super Bowl? You know what I mean?
Good. That's pretty good. I'm probably going Ring with Herbert. I'm going Ring with Herbert. Crown definitely Burrow, because you've seen that already. And Tua's got to go to a new team, man. Tua got to get up out of here. I just don't. When you put them in the class of those 2 quarterbacks, I'm going with the other 2 every time. So
I love it. That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
So Crown, Ring, or New Team, Drew. I got some folks here for you. I got 2 quarterbacks. Okay.
Okay.
I got Teddy Bridgewater.
Ooh.
Jimmy G.
Ooh.
And Zeke Elliott.
Ooh. Damn. Crown's Zeke Elliott, if he can turn it around. I think he'd win an MVP before any of those other 2.
Okay.
I got to go Ring with Jimmy G, because he almost had him there before.
Oh, you're right. He did. Yeah, he did.
Bridgewater.
His 3rd team in 3 years.
Yeah. Because he's the problem. Denver's not going to get a ring. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to say the Broncos ring, but he's the issue.
You know what I love, though, is Teddy has the opportunity to change that, because he's in position to do so right now. Denver's winning, man. They in the thick of it. They just got to keep winning. But I'm not sure what their path is without looking at it. But
I wonder what their odds are.
Shot. They got the Bengals.
I wonder what their odds are.
To win
the Super Bowl. Yeah, right now. If we put some money on Teddy Bridgewater, make a lot of money.
Put some money on Teddy B, baby. Teddy 2 gloves.
Teddy 2 gloves. See, I was always taught at a young age to never trust a quarterback that wears gloves. Don't do it.
It's folded over into the football aspect of your life at this point.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got a bonus one for you.
All right.
I got this year's draft class quarterbacks. So, Crown, Ring, or New Team? Trevor Lawrence, Mack Jones, Zach Wilson.
Oh, New Team, Zach Wilson. New Team, Zach Wilson, man. Like, I got some questions about Zach Wilson, and I don't think his college tape was deceiving, but he needs
that confidence is gone, right?
Yeah,
that swag's gone.
team. Yeah, and so Crown, Trevor Lawrence, because he's that now. He is that now. And Mac Jones, I think you put him in a good situation, he can win you a ring, especially
Could get it this year.
Could get it this year. He could get it this year. So I think it's also cool, like when young quarterbacks on teams win Super Bowls really early. But if you look at the last couple of quarterbacks to do that, they just become a pain in the ass later on in the like Tom Brady, young quarterback, won a Super Bowl on a young team. Who else was it? Ben Roethlisberger won a Super Bowl on the back, and now they're paying in people's asses. You know what I'm saying? Like that, if they win a Super Bowl early, they're probably going to win more, and you're probably going to hate them, even though you liked them at the time. You know, so give me crown. I gotta go Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones. Give me that ring, baby.
I like it. Inevitably, in that Patriots-Bucks Super Bowl, we're gonna get this year.
I don't want to see it. Nah, I don't want to see that. Let me get somebody new.
Yeah. All right, let's talk matchups. My matchup of the week is along those lines. I got New England Patriots at Indianapolis Colts.
Hey, that's a good matchup, man. That's a good matchup.
We got Mac Jones versus Carson Wentz. Colts have been trying to climb back into that playoff spot, and the Patriots are trying to get that number 1 seed. So something's got to give.
Man, listen, I just don't know what I don't foresee that defense falling off though. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see the Patriots
Carson
defense
Wentz
falling off. But
Taylor could run a hole in him. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the way that the last couple of games that people have been able to run the ball on the Patriots, though, I think Taylor brings an asset, and they're coming off a bye too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're coming off a bye, so maybe their game plan will be ready. Maybe Frank Reich throws something at them that they're not expecting. I mean, fat chance with Belichick, but he's seen it all. But I give the Colts a puncher's chance. I mean, the Patriots have been winning so much that they're kind of due for a loss, and it might come on Sunday.
They are, because they're still got a rookie quarterback at the end of the day. He's doing well, but they still have a rookie quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, you just never know. Like from week to week, you just never know. So I don't know, man.
Well, what's your matchup of the week?
My matchup of the week is the Cincinnati Bengals. We just mentioned it earlier, against the Denver Broncos, man. It's against the Denver Broncos. Both teams again need this matchup. Like they need it. You gotta have it. And I want to say Denver's at home. So Bengals just coming off a tough 4 loss. But the Denver Broncos, since they need it as well, are also going to be hungry and motivated playing at home. The defense is still one of the top 10 defenses in the league. And the Bengals are going to need to bring their A game. I want to see if the running game can get back on track from Cincinnati.
Yeah, that caught me off guard, seeing how little they ran the ball, especially with the stats that Baker put up. I was like, where is this coming from?
Yeah,
who's being productive here?
Yeah, well, yeah, and another key that I kind of want to see in this game is, again, the Bengals are 3rd in the league in as far as sacks, total sacks. So they're going to be able to get after Teddy, and you know what happens to Teddy when he's pressured. You know what I mean? Like, so offensive line going to need to come to play. If they get it'll be an easy Bengals win if they get after Teddy, because he's going to make some mistakes. But I think that might be the key to the game. If they can protect them, defense does its job. Rush offense for the Broncos needs to get after it, man. So like those are the keys to the game. I'm very curious to see how it goes. Very curious.
Like it. Well, we got to talk about our marquee matchup of the week. We both decided on Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers. Get a great Thursday night game.
Yeah, man. That's been a couple in a row for Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? It's been a couple in a row. How often is it that we get the game of the week, the very first game? You know what I mean? Chargers at home too. Chargers at home, Drew.
Coming off with that win with a big old shot of confidence in their arm too, man.
Well, it was the Giants, though. I mean, how big a shot can it be?
But still, it was. Did you see? You saw Herbert run down the field to congratulate Well, I think it was Guyton when he got the touchdown. He's
Oh
doing
yeah.
the Mayfield almost.
Yeah,
He
yeah. I
looked
mean,
happy. He looked pumped. He showed more emotion than he has been.
you love to see that from your quarterback anytime you get it. But hopefully, I mean, maybe that really does matter as far as having home field. Chargers get all their players back, which I think is great. That were kind of on the COVID list, whatever. Um, so I dig it, bro. I dig it. If you had to pick who's going to win this game, I don't think I don't think as many people will pick the Chiefs as you would think.
I think it's gonna be great. I truly think it's the way my season is going with locks and
Yeah.
fantasy football. Whoever I pick is gonna lose. So,
So don't let Drew pick for your team. You don't want to
just for both fan base sake and my wife being in earshot, I'm not going to pick that game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a lifestyle choice from Drew. So
I
just take
choose
that in
happiness,
consideration. Yeah, yeah. Still, just like and subscribe and
but I'll be entertained regardless.
wink wink. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
All right.
I like it. I like it,
Well,
man.
real quick before we get into our locks, we have a your team updates.
Let's
We got
go.
Jamal Garner, our buddy from Murray, Kentucky. Prayers and thoughts for all the people in Kentucky right
Yeah.
now dealing with some stuff. He's at the front lines of it. He's a stand-up comedian by night, but during the day, he works at a grocery store supplying everyone with their essentials. So shout out to Jamal. And the Titans got a big game coming up against the Steelers this week. So
It's a big game.
big game for
Big game.
both accounts. So let's see what Jamal has to say about the Titans.
Well, I was happy with what I saw with Tennessee. Defense showed up. They pressured Trevor Lawrence, frustrating him. Whole lot of turnovers. Offense did enough to get the job done. Would like to see a little more explosive plays, but at the same time, didn't turn the ball over. And, took care of the ball. Just handled business. Just got a good victory. So I'm very pleased going into Pittsburgh. So that should be a really good contest next Sunday. But it's nice to sit at second place of the AFC.
Like it.
Go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pointed out that they are currently the number 2 seed in the AFC. Look at that.
They are.
Look at that.
They are. I mean, for as much as, and you mentioned it earlier, Drew, they steadied the ship because there was a lot. It was a lot of holes. They was bucketing water out of
that Texans loss hurt. You know what I mean? But we're still forgetting they hold wins over the Chiefs and the Rams so far this year. So
they do. And that was when they were looking at full strength. You know what I'm saying? Like
the Bills. They beat the Bills, Chiefs, Colts, and Rams in consecutive weeks.
You making me rethink not putting them in my top 5 is what you're doing, especially them boys getting them players back. God damn. Yeah. But all that, a perfect segue into our locks, Drew. I have Tennessee losing to Pittsburgh for my lock. I don't see it. I think Pittsburgh is gonna be more motivated.
You see that heel turn? You just see that heel turn from Shawn? He's like, oh.
I think Tennessee loses this week, man. I think they finally it catches up with them, a motivated Pittsburgh team. And Ben Roethlisberger's been playing well. They just have to be consistent, and they can beat anybody. So I think something's telling me that they are not going to be disappointed in their performance on Sunday. I think Pittsburgh gets the win, man. So who you got?
All right. Well, I need to make up some ground because you're 1-0. We don't know how the Cards Rams game is going to turn out, but you have nailed your pick so far. And I went 0-2 last week, so I need to make up some ground here. I got the Broncos losing to the Bengals.
Oh, okay.
I think Burrow gets. I mean, with the way the Broncos have played, we can't call it a get right game. But
No,
if the
right,
Bengals can
right.
win this game, that's a big motivator going into it.
Yeah.
Especially noticing how close that division is. Good God.
Yeah, I honestly think that's a good pick. I'm giving Denver more of a point. I'm hopeful just because I want the drama from it. You know what I'm saying?
The
Like Denver
drama.
getting a win.
I mean,
But
we're getting drama whether we want it or not. That is for sure. These playoffs are going to come down to the wire. We
yeah.
needed if any season needed an extra game, boom, they nailed it.
Yeah, you are right about that, and I'm glad that we get it. Don't get me wrong, like more football, better for us. Going with
We
our
get
winners.
Saturday football this week.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Going with our winners. It's time to win the division.
Oh,
God damn it! It's time to win the division. Bucks get the win over the Saints. I know I predicted it earlier this year, and clearly the egg is still on my face from doing that.
This is
and
Sean's
I'm doubling down. I'm doubling down. Y'all going home, Saints.
How many times? Okay, well, let's add another stat here. How many times do y'all get to Taysom Hill?
Ooh, how many times do we get to Taysom Hill? 4.
Ooh, okay. I was gonna say 3, but I like the.
Yeah,
okay.
I think we get 4 sacks just because like them boys they gotta be pissed off. They should be pissed off, right? Like they should be.
They should be. They should be. Well, I got Rodgers in his toe taking care of Baltimore and the banged up Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I could see that happen. An ankle for a dominant rushing passing quarterback. I don't like my chances, man.
Yeah, and none of the retirement home running backs have stepped up and helped him out. You know what I mean? Like Freeman's been there.
The retired running backs. He
So,
looked like he got a little pep in this step though.
Because he doesn't want to get cut like Le'Veon Bell. He's like, Murray got hurt, Bell got cut. I got to step up.
Yeah. It's funny, like it makes me think like what's his motivation? What's his motivation?
Being in the league.
Like right, exactly. Motivation is a crazy thing. No, it made me think of that because apparently, like random aside, but Idris Elba is in the new Sonic movie and asked what is his motivation about playing the character Knuckles. Like imagine going to the director and being like,
Knuckles?
What's my motivation for this
you're
character
a, You're a
like,
furry animated character, man.
Right.
Like I don't know what to tell you.
Right. Motivation's a funny thing, man. It's
That's
funny
hilarious.
Thing. Yeah.
That is hilarious. Well, make sure you like, subscribe, share your friends. You're going to be home around your family for the holidays. You might as well put them on nickel and dime.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for stocking stuffers, send us a message. We'll send them to you for free. Just get your nickel and dime sticker. Put it on your water bottle, your notebook, whatever. Just hit us up if you need them stocking stuffer stickers.
Yeah.
Say that 5 times fast.
Right. Prime laptop material.
Beautiful. I got one on my laptop as we speak.
Yeah.
Sean, where can they find you to wish you a happy holidays and whatnot?
Oh, for sure. If happy holidays were curse words, it is at the Kid Suds on Twitter, at nickel_dom FB on Twitter as well. And of course, at the illustrious, beautiful, sensuous, at nickel_dom football on IG. Drew, where can they find you at, sir?
I just updated my website today. So go check out drewharrisoncomedy.com. Got a lot of shows coming up, starting 2022 off with a great run.
Let's go.
Just hit the subscribe button here on the YouTube channel. Check out some of the sketches we got on here. Check out, some stand-up clips, like them, view them, share them, always find me on Instagram at Laugh with Harrison. But more importantly, it's almost playoff time, people. So let's get ready. Let's get them game day snacks in the oven. Let's watch some football.
Let's do it.
We'll see you next week.